Hello and welcome to Nailchemy. My name is Lisa Graves and today I'm going to be showing you this cool blue design using the glow-in-the-dark ice acrylic. Okay, so I've already done my cuticle work and popped my tips on. They've already been blended, so I'm going to go straight in with my Nailchemy nail prep. This only needs to go on the natural nails. So on these two nails I'm going to be doing a glitter ombre. And I'm going to be laying my nude acrylic down first and blending the glitter up on top of it. I need some more monomer. I'm using the primerless monomer. And I'm using the Nailchemy A8 acrylic brush. So I'm going to pick up a medium-sized bead. I'm going to come straight in at my cuticle area, keeping the nail tips down. Pat your bead into place around the cuticle. And then just let the product run down the nail. As you're blending it down, keep your brush flat. Go for the blue. So we've got a nice big chunky blue glitter. This one is called, I'm not very good with these names. How would you pronounce that?
Right.
I want to say
Rigel, Rigel, Rigel,
Regal?
Regal,
Well, my first thoughts was Regal, but that's R-E-G-A-L. We'll go for Regal. Yeah, Google it. We have this problem all the time, don't we, Megan?
What was that one when we was at thingy?
Oh, we gave up. Completely gave. I ended up using a different colour, didn't I? Because I just could not pronounce it.
It was done.
Could not pronounce
We'll just
it.
use a different one.
Right, so to apply this glitter, you're going to need some of your clear acrylic. So we just need a small amount, and we're going to use it just as a glue for the glitter. So I'm going to pop this on the end, and then while my brush is still wet, I can press into my glitter and pick up all them little bits that I want.
Are you ready?
Rigel. What did we say? Regal?
Rigel.
Rigel. Okay. We are using Rigel. So I'm just picking up some of these smaller pieces out the top of the lid. Just fill in any of those little gaps. And we'll just give that a minute to set before we cap it in clear. Ooh, let's add a bit of this. So we got a nice sparkly acrylic here, and this one's called Ice. I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on just amongst the glitter. And that's got a really nice iridescent sparkle to it. Okay, so while we're waiting for that one to set, I'm going to do the same on this finger. So again, picking up a medium-sized bead, drain the liquid out the back of your brush, place it close to the cuticle, keep that nail tipped down, and then we can pat this into place around the cuticle area, allowing the product to fall down the nail. And then with your brush flat, we can start blending this out. Where did I put my glitter? What was it? Regal?
Rigel. Rigel.
Regal.
No, we said Regal. That's the original one. It was like Rigel.
Like Nigel, but with an R.
Yeah.
Rigel.
Yeah, Rigel.
I'm not very... Rigel.
Rigel.
Oh
Rigel.
my god, we were all wrong.
Yeah, again.
Okay, so back in again, just with a very, very small amount of clear. Just on this tip. Picking up your glitter. And because that small bead of clear is quite wet, it gives you plenty of time to move all the glitter pieces around until you're happy with them. Just give that a couple of seconds and then we'll go back over again with ice. So sparkly.
It is really pretty.
So again, just a little bit, just to add a little bit of glitter to that. And this is also the glow-in-the-dark stuff as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was because when you dabbed it, it kind of went like a yellowy colour.
It's very pretty.
That's quite cute.
Okay, so on the thumb, I'm going to be using Bluebell. Let's chuck a bit of... Let's go for Myrmicorn. This one's really pretty, I like this one. And it's got a beautiful name. And we'll add a small amount of Rigel. Yeah, because it wasn't Nigel, it was Rigel.
Regal, yeah.
Rigel.
Rigel.
A small amount of this blue glitter.
That's the one.
Okay, so first things first, I am going to lay a very, very thin layer of clear down. Just a thin layer. This is just going to protect the nail from the colour. So it needs to be super thin, this. Look. So pretty. This is me. Blue and green.
It's really pretty. I like blue
I
and
love
green.
blue and green.
They do go well together, don't they?
It's got a bit of me all over it. Right, so starting off with a small amount of the Bluebell, I'm going to pop this just in this top left hand corner, tuck it into the cuticle area, and then I'm just going to blend that down into nothing. Small bead of Myrmicorn, and while that blue is still wet, I can blend that Myrmicorn into that. And then blend that down. Repeat the same again back with Bluebell. And again with Myrmicorn. add a little bit more of this ice wherever I've put it. So I'm just going to kind of wash this over the whole nail. And then into that layer while it's still wet, I'm going to add just a couple of bits of glitter, not all over, but just in a couple of sections, like so. Make sure those larger pieces are sat nice and flat. And then we'll give that a couple of minutes before we cap it in clear. Let's move these back out of the way. Rigel.
Yeah, Rigel. Was that right? Yes.
That's not my strong point.
No, names.
Pronouncing names. Okay, so I'm going to be capping these nails in 2 beads. So going for a medium sized bead or a large bead. Keep that nail tilted down and just let that product fall. Let it do its own thing. Take any excess off the end.
I can't wait to go home later and sit in a dark room with my nails.
And then we just need a small bead up in the cuticle area. An actual small bead this time. Same again on this one. I will get an actual medium bead this time, not a large one. So this is just to cap the glitter and protect it from filing. Otherwise you'll just file that glitter off, which we don't want. So just gently patting and pulling that product down the nail. Make sure you're bouncing sidewall to sidewall, and any excess you can carefully remove from the end. Small bead again up at the cuticle. Take that sidewall to sidewall and then feather strokes, blending that product out. And then we can come in and we can cap this thumbnail now as well. So I am going for a large bead this time. You can cap this in 3 beads if you're not confident with your large beads. Make sure you take that product all the way to the end. In at your cuticle area. Down both of your side walls, and then feather strokes to blend the rest of that bead. pretty. Okay, so on these two centre nails, I'm going to be doing smile lines. So I'm using Blossom for this one. So there's two ways of doing a smile line. You can either do your nail bed in one large bead, which can be a little bit tricky if you're not used to doing smile lines, or you can separate it into two beads, which is what I'm going to show you. So the first bead that we're going to place down is going to be in the centre of this nail. So I'm going to flatten the back of that bead and blend it to the natural nail, and just let the product fall down the nail. And we need to wait for this to start setting. Okay, so now we can use the belly of our brush, start pushing our product to where we want our smile line to be. I am going to come in and file this, so I'm not going to worry about getting it too perfect. But I'm going to push my side wall up and then flatten the top as well, and that will just make your smile line a little bit sharper. So I'm going to keep patting it and pushing it until I'm happy with whereabouts it's sitting and how deep you want your smile line. I do like my smile lines quite deep. But once that has set, I can come back in and file that to perfection. So coming in now with your cuticle bead, medium size, we're going to be popping our apex in at the same time. So in at the cuticle area. Tap then into place, don't forget to keep your nail tilted down. Blend your side walls first, and then we can blend the rest of that bead. So while we're waiting for that to set, we'll do the same thing on this middle nail. Again, placing in the middle of the nail. Make sure your product goes sidewall to sidewall and flatten the back of that bead. Let the product start to fall. Keep an eye on where your smile line is previously, and we're going to try and match them up. So using the belly of my brush again, start forming that smile line, pushing it back into itself. It'll kind of create a bump of product. And then with that bump, when we flatten that back out, it makes your smile line more crisp. Okay, when you're happy, we can pop our cuticle bead in. Right, so we need to wait for these two to set now before we can file our smile lines. Okay, so this has now set. So I'm going to come in using a 180 gripped file. Make sure you're keeping your file at a 90-degree angle. Try not to drop it either way. And just all the way around the smile line. I'm going to make that nice and sharp. The pop-up.
We don't have a hero, do they?
Make sure you get right up into these corners as well. So you'll be able to check when you look at it from the side. You should have a nice wall all the way around this smile line. Stop it. Same again on this one. Right up into those corners. So just with the tip of my brush, very, very small amount of monomer. I'm just going to run that around my smile line. That will just help the next lot of coloured acrylic adhere. Okay, so on this one, we just want a very, very small amount of bluebell. Literally, tiny amount. And I'm going to bring this up around the smile line. Use the tip of your brush. And then I'm going to gently blend that out into nothing. And do the same again on the other side. Right up into that corner, and then blend that out to nothing. Where's my ice gone? There, right in front of me. So coming back in with ice, I'm going to fill the end of this nail with this. Take it up onto the blue a little bit. On the middle finger, I'm going to use Atlantis. And Atlantis is very, very similar to Mermicorn. It just hasn't got the glitter in it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Very, very small amount. Take that up round the smile line. And blend it out into nothing. little bit more. And then using ice on the rest of that nail, filling out this clear section and just taking that up onto the green ever so slightly. You can take it all the way if you want to, you'll still get the green coming through. Ice is almost transparent, but obviously it's quite dense with the glitter. So we'll give those a minute before we cap them in clear as well. Okay, so I don't need to cap the nail bed, but don't worry if your clear does get on your nail bed. I like to drag mine over just a little bit. And then pull the rest of that product down. And take off your excess on the end. Same again on this one. I like to pop my bead on backwards, that way I can blend it up onto the nail nice and easily. Take your excess off the end, and then we can leave those to set before we file. Okay, so remembering our filing routine, I'm going to file our side walls first, and then under the side walls after that. Tidy up your free edge. Coming into your cuticle area, using the curved side of your file. And then we're coming up and over to the top of the nail. Both sides. Keep checking the nail from all angles. Look for any obvious areas of bulk. Coming up and down the nail whilst rocking side to side. And then we can lightly dust over our apex. When you've done that, make sure you give the nail a really good check. Look at the nail from all angles. Make sure that you've filed the entire nail. And when you're happy, you can repeat this process on all of the nails. Excellent. So when you have finished filing them up, get rid of all that dust. Don't forget to get rid of the dust from the underside as well. Oh, they look well pretty under there. And remove all the dust from your desk as well. Okay, so I'm going to wipe over these nails with the apple acetone. Make sure you are using a lint-free pad, otherwise you'll end up with bits of lint stuck to your nails. Just give these a bit of a rub. Just going to melt that top layer of acrylic. Just make them super shiny. smells nice.
It smells really nice, yeah.
And we're going to be using the Nailchemy No Wipe Top Coat. Oh, there it is.
That's so pretty.
So pretty. That glitter's really pretty. Even if I don't know what it's called.
Rigel.
Was it Regal?
I don't think so.
Rigel.
But it wasn't like Nigel.
Well, it's not like Nigel, is it?
Rigel.
I might just start calling it Nigel.
This is Nigel. Nigel with an R.
Said Rigel.
Okay, pop those into the lamp for a full cure. Okay, so we're going to be using the Nailchemy elixir in coconut.
Ooh.
Smell it. Oh, hello.
Melon smells nice as well.
That smells good. Yeah, I think we need to use this one because it's blue.
Yeah, it goes well.
So just a small drop.
The smell of these are actually well good.
Making me hungry. Small drop, and then we can give that a rub in.
I want to request like a raspberry one. Or a strawberry.
I'll have a word.
Raspberry / strawberry would be nice.
Berries.
Berries, yeah.
Okay. So here we are, guys. Hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to give this video a like, drop us a comment in the comment box below, and make sure you click subscribe at the top of your screen. That way you'll get notification next time the next video drops. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thank you for being an alchemist.